Average at Best Cornhole here. So Primetime Live, brand new ACO bag company. If you don't know, Cheyenne Bubenheim and her husband Brandon actually started this bag company when she moved over to the ACO. So they don't have a huge selection of different types of bags yet. I imagine that speed chart is going to continue to grow as the word gets out on their bags. But today I have the Payday from Primetime, and Payday is the hybrid material bag that they are currently offering. I'm going to get into a lot more detail, but I always say, hey, I want to explain why this bag with similar materials differs from all the other bags with those same materials. And I am telling you, these bags are unique and they are different from the others. And I can't wait to get to explain that to you a little bit. I'm going to begin with the materials, and I already teased it. It is a hybrid material on the slow side. So this is Viewmont. Other ACO bags that have this slow side would be the CBC Ronin, 157 Phase X, 724 Blacklist, and the Basement Bags Tide. The fast side, this is that most common 9-speed fast side. It is the smooth side of Rave, or better known as the Viper Pro Sniper fast side. Primetime Live, they rate these bags at a 6 on the slow side with a 9 on the fast side. Their speed chart does say those are approximate because it could vary depending on board conditions, and I do believe that. So a lot of other companies, they will give this slow side a 6. I think it's a little bit slower than that. Once it fully breaks in, it settles right about that 5.5 speed. Template on these bags is a little different. I think they had full intentions of making a medium template, but I'm going to classify it as a medium small, and I'm going to give that small classification next to medium because it is a fuller bag, and since it is puffed out some, I think it shrunk all the sides in. So to me, in my mind, it's not the true medium that we always talk about. So this is where they get that uniqueness from. These bags are filled with 100% flat fill. And like I said, they're unique because there's a lot of them. It is a fuller filling bag. They do weigh right at nominal. They do have a little bit of flop. I mean, every bag is floppy, but since it is fuller with all that flat fill, you don't got those round beads that kind of, curl around your fingers. It is not sloppy at all. If you like a fuller filling bag that has a very good hand feel, these bags are going to be it because they are definitely full even after the bag stretched out some. Before I get into the slide up, seriously, stick around because this is where I'm going to explain why these bags are different from other bags with comparable materials and why you might want to purchase this set over purchasing one of those others. I'm going straight to that hand fill, and I truly believe that is the highlight of this bag. They are an active bag also, that is a highlight, but I think the hand fill definitely tops that because they are a fuller bag, and since they have all that flat fill like this, you can really lock this bag in. It does not feel sloppy at all. You don't have pellets or round beads or anything shifting in your hand. Like when you grip it down, you really truly do grip it down. And we all know a good hand fill bag, builds your confidence, and when your confidence is up, you throw better. So unfortunately, the low light I found with them is that you think in 100% flat fill bag, it's going to be like super forgiving, maybe the most forgiving bag ever. That is not the case with these bags. If you do not throw a flat bag, there is the chances that it's going to kick on you. Also, I did notice a lot of bounce with this bag. And that bounce and that kick is a good thing. The bounce means you're going to be able to roll it. The kick means you're going to be able to manipulate it. I actually have a friend that said basically anybody can roll this bag. And I think that's because of that fullness and that flat fill and how compact it is. The bag is active and you're going to be able to shape shots like crazy with it. Just unfortunately, I'm referencing that low light because if you're not prepared for that and you don't throw the flattest of bags, you might be surprised at how much this bag kicks on you. I just talked about the bag kicking. I don't want to say it's not a forgiving bag because it does. It has that 100% flat fill. It has the hybrid material. So the bag is going to be fairly forgiving. especially if you have a flat bag when you throw, because of those combinations. It's just that I have to point out that if you don't throw the flattest of the bag, if you're nose down and tilted a little bit, the bag's going to bite and it's going to kick on you. Now, since they do have some weight to them, since they do have that hybrid material, there is some hole-bodiness to this bag. And I also gauge hole-bodiness on how you can manipulate the bag to get it moving towards the hole. Like if you have an obstacle in your way and you need to cut it or roll it, you're definitely going to be able to do that with these bags. So I think you gain hole-bodiness from there. It does have that flat fill. There is a potential for it hanging up. I think that it's full enough though and weighted enough that hang-ups really didn't happen that much because the weight kind of shifted still. It wasn't really like round beads moving inside the bag that shifted it. It was more like that fullness and that weight. So they do have hole-bodiness from that. And if you did get a hanger, especially in the front, they're so easy to clean up at that point that it really doesn't matter. The only problem I saw was if you had something hanging around the back, you know, sometimes typical slide shots or whatnot are not going to put that in. You'd have to go up and airmail drag. But again, I think that was another benefit of this bag. Since it is fuller like that, and it is a little bit more stiffer, and it, you know, doesn't droop or get sloppy, you got a lot of bag hanging over into the hole. So if you do go up with an airmail drag, the chances you grabbing that and flipping the bag in with yours is increased definitely from the shape of this bag. Collectability is where this bag begins to shine, and I'm not exaggerating on that. I've said in many videos, you know, a bag with flat fill that is fuller is the easiest bag to collect. These are no different. They were super easy to collect. So if you did want to dirty up the boards a little bit, put a blocker in front of that hole, maybe even move the blocker over in your opponent's lane a little bit, you had the confidence that you were going to be able to clean that up. Another thing about collectability, in that I fully agree that a factor of collectability is also pushing through your opponent's bags, because we're not always worried about only collecting our bag. If your opponent's blocker is right there in front of the hole, you want to push through it. You want to be able to collect that bag with your bag and both of them go into the hole. And that is where I had like the aha moment with these bags, because I was wondering why they were so unique and built the way that they are. And I think it's because, I mean, that's Cheyenne's game, right? She wants to run holes. She wants to airmail. But if there is a blocker in front, she wants to push through it. So you have this bag that's got all that flat fill to, you know, make it easier to run holes. It is weighted. It is a little bit fuller, and you're going to be able to push through anything that's sitting in front of the hole. And these bags, I imagine, really, really complement her game. Discussing playability, it is a little tricky, and that's why I said I had that aha moment. I figured out that, you know, these bags were suited for the type of play style that Cheyenne does. But also, I mean, it is a super versatile bag, and we say that about other bags. I know, I get it. You're probably getting tired of hearing it. But these ones for sure are, and that's the difference. That's what is the uniqueness about these bags. They are so active. They're fuller with all that flat fill, and it plays different than what you're used to. And that's what makes them unique. Like, anybody can roll these bags. I wish I had better footage of me rolling these bags. I'm not that great at it. I can do it. It seems I do a lot better when I'm practicing with the bags or breaking in the bags, or if we're recorded and I'm playing one-on-one with Cooper or my wife, you know, we're walking back and forth. It seems like I have all the best roll shots and stuff going away from the camera, so I can't even add that into the footage. But these bags bounce, these bags shift, these bags move. But you can also run holes with them and play that push-through game or dirty up the boards, because it is a hybrid material. We know we can dirty up the boards with hybrid materials. You can stop them. They're not that fast that you're not going to be able to lay a block, but you're super confident that you're going to be able to clean those up with a collect, because these bags do collect so easily. Like I said, Primetime Live, it is a newer company, but they are on the web. You can find them at primetimelive.shop, not .com. They're also on the socials too, Facebook, I do believe a TikTok also, and that's just at Primetime Live. Availability, the bags are available. They're on the website. They are for sale. You can see them there. Designs and whatnot, I'm saying that they are newer. I imagine all that's starting to build. They do have their broadcast or logo designs and, you know, multiple colorways, but they are starting to add other new designs now. So that's what I'm saying. Be a little bit patient. I imagine everything is going to get stocked up. Cost for these, they are sitting right at $95 for a set of 4 of them. I'll be honest, I was a little surprised when I pulled these out of the bag, you know, the shipping mailer, because I felt them and I'm like, wow, that's got to be all 100% flat fill, which just to me is just a little uncommon nowadays. You know, everybody's kind of gravitating towards the mixed fills and the rounds and the micro rounds and all that. These are not, and they are fuller too. So that's another reason why I was surprised. I'm like, man, this is going to be a forgiving, hole running bag that you're not going to be able to do anything with like all the other common 100% flat fill bags. But these were more than that because of that fullness. You were able to shape those shots with them. You are able to roll bags with them. But then again, if all you want to do is just run holes, you can do that with them too and push through anything on the board that you need to. I just want to end this with, if you're going to be average at something, be average at cornhole.